So the Ultra Beast Raid Day is starting around the world. Today we're gonna run through some tips and tricks for that event. As always, let's get right into it. It's gonna be a quick one. So November 27th, 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. is going to be this Raid Day. Niantic is really hyping this one up on social media. The bonuses will be 1.25 times XP from winning raid battles, increased chance of receiving rare XL candy from in-person raids, only for level 31 or above. You'll get up to 5 free raid passes by spinning gyms during the day and up to 2 hours after. These raid passes are the in-person only daily raid passes, which means you can only hold one at once. So you have to get one, use it, spin again, and you can do that up to 5 times. And I believe if you get 2 before the event actually starts, you can then spin up to 5 and get a total of 7 during the day. Also, somehow we were able to refer 100,000 trainers. Personally, I think it's kind of fake, but this means there should be a free lure module box in the shop you can claim, and also you'll get beast balls when catching these ultra beasts, which is going to make it so much easier to catch these ultra beasts. If you don't know, the beast balls help increase the catch rate of these Pokemon. Okay, so ultra beasts are going to be spawning in different areas in the world, but not all of them are going to be spawning globally. In Americas, you can raid Nihilego, Buzzwole, and Guzzlord. In Asia Pacific, you can raid Nihilego, Xurkitree, and Guzzlord, and in Europe, you can raid Nihilego, Pheromosa, and Guzzlord. Also in the Northern Hemisphere, you'll have access to Kartana raids. In the Southern Hemisphere, you'll have access to Celesteela raids. So no, you can't just go out and get any ultra beasts. If you live in Americas, you're gonna have to get remote raid invites to get the other ones, and we'll talk about that in a second. Also, when you defeat one of these ultra beast raids, near that gym for the next 10 minutes, there will be special spawns appearing. Those spawns include Machoke, Scyther, Magmar, Gulpin, Absol, Minccino, Frillish, and Dedenne, and Minccino will have an increased shiny chance in those 10 minutes. But however, note usually how this works is the spawns that were there switch. So if you caught all the spawns near a gym and then you defeat the raid, most likely you probably won't see anything special appearing, since it's actually a switch of the spawns. It's not new Pokemon appearing. Now we also have an exclusive timed research during the event. The tasks is on screen. It's very easy. Win a raid, win 2, win 3, win 4, win 5, win 6, win 7 raids, and it'll get you 1 encounter with each of the ultra beasts. They'll all be at level 15. Remember, you have to complete this during the event, so do this during the event or it'll disappear. And note, both the Buzzwole and Guzzlord are going to be under the Great League CP cap, which means you can use these Pokemon for the Great League, as their raid level usually is not allowed in the Great League. So make sure you save these ones to use them there. Okay, with the event details of the way, let's get into the tips, starting with how do you raid the ultra beasts you cannot raid because they're not in your local area. Well, there are 2 apps I recommend. Number 1, the most popular, is going to be Pokegenie for raiding globally. You can come download Pokegenie, you can go into the raid, you have to set up your account and your settings, but now you can go and you can scroll through and raid all the Pokemon that are available. As you can see here, these things are not ready. Like, it starts in 15 minutes, but when this is a thing, you can click the join button and then it'll put you in a queue. And then once you're in that queue, you'll be put in a lobby and then you have to add the person who's hosting the raid. They'll send you an invite. I have a full guide on how to use this app. I will link below. The other one I recommend using is going to be PokeRaid. Now, PokeRaid is pretty similar, in which there's going to be lobbies popping up and you have to click on them. However, there is a paid feature on PokeRaid that can like give you priority. I'm not the most well versed in this app, but I did make a video on it in which we do go in detail. So again, it's the same video. Check it out below if you want to learn how to use it. The last thing you can use is use Discord servers. I have a bunch of them here, like Pokemon Go Ottawa. I have a full video breaking down Discord servers. They're not as effective anymore since they were actually nerfed, like the raid lobbies, but you can come in here and you can hop into raids for different Pokemon and get hosted on Discord. Again, video below, but use those apps if you want to get global invites, since like if you live in America, you cannot raid Xurkitree without getting an invite to Asia Pacific. Last thing to note as well is that Asia Pacific raids are starting like right now and going until like, you know, maybe 12 hours, not 100% sure, which means if you go to sleep and then you expect you to be able to do Xurkitree raids tomorrow, you won't. You have to raid the Xurkitree raids now because time zones, right? Time zones are a thing. With that out of the way, though, let's get into what are the best Ultra Beasts to raid. Let's go through them one by one. Number 1, Nihilego. Nihilego is going to be a good poison type raid attacker in the game and not a terrible Master League Pokemon to counter fairies, but not the best. However, this Ultra Beast is going to be available for, you know, till December 1st, so not the most priority. We then have Buzzwole. Buzzwole is going to be good in the Great League, Ultra League, and Master League. It is a meta PvP Pokemon. This one's going to be available in America, so make sure you go ahead and get your hands on it, but not good for raids. We then have Pheromosa. Pheromosa is only good as a bug type raid attacker. It has a very, very strong attack stat, but no defense. But if you're looking for some more bug types, Pheromosa is not a bad one. Maybe if Hoop Unbound comes back as an elite raid boss. We then have Xurkitree, probably the most popular out of all of them since it was available so limited time. Xurkitree is going to be number 1 overall electric type raid attacker in the game. I believe there are some that have higher DPS, but a great electric type raid attacker, great Pokemon to get. We then have Celesteela, which is not going to really have any use. We then have Kartana, the number 1 grass type raid attacker in the game. Probably the number 2 people will be going after, but just because it was available for longer, so less people were going after it. And then finally, we have Guzzlord. Guzzlord is is not going to be bad Ultra League Pokemon or a bad Great League Pokemon. And you can even get a Great League one from the research like we mentioned before. Yeah, those are the ones to go after. I'll probably be going after Xurkitree the most and Kartana because I need XL candies. But again, these things have been out before, so it's not the first time they're dropping. Now, what Mega should you Mega Evolve based on all these Ultra Beasts? Well, I recommend whatever Ultra Beast you're going after, Mega Evolve for that type. If you don't know when you Mega Evolve a Pokemon, you'll get extra XP, candy, and XL candy for catching the Pokemon of that type. People have told me in the past, well,
no matter what Mega you have Mega Evolved, you'll get extra candy.
Yes, but not XL candy. So that's why you want to Mega Evolve a Pokemon that shares a type with the Ultra Beast you're going after. For example, me, I'm going after Xurkitree, so I'll Mega Evolve a Mega Manectric or a Mega Ampharos. Then I'll have a higher chance of getting XL candies for Xurkitree, so make sure you Mega Evolve appropriately for what you're going after. Also, people are probably asking about counters. If you want the counters for any of these Ultra Beasts, I've made 1-minute counter guides for all of them. I'm going to link all of them below and I'll say Nihilego counters, blah, 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 blah. You can watch them. They're only a minute long if you want to set up your counter teams. Now, we do have, of course, those wild spawns appearing near the gyms after you defeat them. So I just want to quickly go through what are the best wild spawns to go after during this event. Number one, we're going to have Machoke. Now, Machoke gets you 300 starters per catch, so not a bad Pokemon to catch. And then also Machoke into Machamp. Machamp's a good fighting type raid attacker and also good in the Great League and the Ultra League. We then have Scyther. Scyther is going to evolve into Scizor. Scizor is going to have a Mega form, of course, and going to be not a bad Ultra League Pokemon. Also, Scyther can go into Kleavor, the Hisuian form, if that ever comes to the game, good to prep. We then have Gulpin. Gulpin does have a research task, catch a Gulpin, so if you're looking for a Gulpin, this is your chance. And I also believe Gulpin can be a Ditto. Then have Absol. Absol, of course, does have a Mega form, so great to look after for that. We have Minccino. Minccino's not a bad little cut Pokemon. When that does come back, it has access to Charm, and it just does so much damage. Then have Frillish. Frillish, of course, evolves into Jellicent. Jellicent's not a bad Great League and Ultra League Pokemon, although it is pretty outshined by Trevenant now. And finally, Dedenne, which is not bad for some limited Great League metas. Last thing I want to talk about is going to be some Platinum Medal tips. You need 35 Platinum Medals, go from level 48 to 49 in Pokemon Go. Which ones should you go after during this event? Well, honestly, there's nothing really you can hunt specifically during this event, but by doing these Ultra Beast raids, you will be working on your Battle Legend Medal, win 2,000 raids. So, you know, I believe the Ultra Beasts do count towards these legendary raids. Of course, the Rising Star, defeat 150 species of Pokemon in raids. If there's any of the Ultra Beasts you have not raided at least once, make sure you raid them once to get a point towards your Rising Star medal. We also have the Rising Star Duo, win 2,000 raids with a friend. If you have a friend that you raid with a lot, make sure you raid with them during this event. And the last one, the Raid Expert, make the Raid Battle Trainer achievement 500 times. You just get this one by doing a lot of raids because you'll be put on the achievement, but you can try to sway it in your favor by, you know, being hardest hitter, doing the most damage, or bringing your biggest Pokemon and getting to the big one. I'm not sure how the Style Savant one is chosen though. That is pretty much the tips, guys. If I missed anything, feel free to let me know. My strategy is I'm probably gonna be hopping on Pokegenie, trying to get some Xurkitree raids or getting some from my friends list. And then when the actual day comes, I'll go out, use all those free passes I get access to, make sure you use yours. Do as many raids as I can, and then probably chill because I've done a lot of Ultra Beast raids already. But let me know what you'll be doing. We're gonna see you on the next one. Good luck tomorrow, guys, and follow for more tips. Peace.